Hello and welcome to a Let's Try of the Prehistoric Planet Pack DLC in Oxygen Not Included. Here is the coordinates and the world traits and details. I just kind of clicked random until I saw something that was, okay. And then we're going to go ahead and start the game. So I have not played Oxygen Not Included in a very long time, probably a year and a half, maybe 2 years. So it's been a minute, but I do want to try out this new DLC. I did do classic instead of spaced out because I feel like I really struggle with the spaceships. At least I don't tend to get much further than starting to get to that area. So let's go ahead and do a little bit here. So I can't remember what exactly was the best starting operators. How do you have +9 machinery, but then decreased machinery? That does not seem very good. Bionic systems. I do not recall that being a thing at all. I do remember now, I do want to start with somebody who's got a lot of digging experience. So let's try to find that, and it looks like we just did. Okay, so they burn more calories, but they have higher athletics. That's actually pretty decent. Let's find somebody who's got... I don't need a pilot right away. I really probably need 2 miners, right? All right, let's see if we can find somebody. Construction could be good. Night Owl is a little interesting given the dynamics of the start of the game. I will ultimately need husbandry. Well, we're just gonna keep clicking this button until we get something we want. Creativity is not a start a game thing I need to worry about. Also don't think I need machinery right away. Come on. Certainly we can find something. I mean, agriculture, sure. We'll re-roll this one instead. Maybe we'll have a better luck. Did I just roll over excavation? I did. That's annoying. Okay, we're gonna do this one. +7, but it starts with hard digging. They all have decreased calories. The data cantaloupe seems like a fun colony name, so let's go ahead and roll with that. And off we go. Alright, so collision, imminent threat to our survival, huge impactor asteroid hurtling directly at this planet. We must mount a defense in time to destroy an asteroid. Okay, so that's what I would assume part of the new mechanic. Let's pause right away just because we know the start is always a bit chaotic. What do we got here? Mimica bud, that's new. Snactus. These are all new things to me. We've got some nickel ore. Let's just kind of look around at what we got. Research portal. Close by. We got some water up here. Lum. Don't know what that is. Well, clearly we got to start working our way over in this, well, maybe this direction. It's pretty leveled out. All right, well, let's issue some dig commands. We can head up this way, make a little staircase. There, let's just completely hollow that out. It's not the height we need, but it's a good starting point. We could go, we could go one more level down and just work our way through this. Well, small change of plans here. I know ultimately we want to be level with this tile. So let's just dig like this, and then we'll step up to here, kind of assess how things are, and then go from there. We know we need to carve this out because we need to start prepping the area for the bathrooms and all the other stuff. Unless things have changed since I last played, which is always a possibility. As far as I know, that's what we got to do. So let's go ahead and let's get mining there. We know we got a little shale going on. I can increase the speed, so let's go. Just while I get the hang of it, I'm going to stay on medium speed for now. Ultimately, we'll change to something else, but looks like we have to get up here and build some sort of defense from the meteors. So little concerned about that, but we'll see how that plays out. Now we know we're probably going to end up doing a ladder, and if I recall correctly, we usually do 3 wide so that the ladder goes down the middle and there's a little room to hop on either side and run some pipes. So we'll start the bathroom and that stuff over here, and then we can keep going in this direction. So let's plenty of oxygen over here. We're not in any immediate concern for that. Furniture wise, we know we need some beds, but I guess more importantly we need some tiles. We're gonna use shale because that's what we got plenty of. So we know this is gonna start here. I can never remember if it's for... I think it's for like actual bases, and the ceiling goes on the 5th one. That looks right to me. I hope it is right. And then we'll put a door here. We do have a small amount of metal, so hopefully that will work out okay. We ultimately will move this ration box somewhere else, so we don't have to worry too much about that. Let's go ahead and put another door probably here. Are we gonna want to do dual ladders? We might. Feel like sometimes we run into a little bit of a pickle when we don't. So let's go ahead and do that. And then we can just keep that going across. We'll cap it off at the end. Everybody is ultimately going to need their own bedroom, but for now, I say the focus is just on, you know, getting a place to sleep within the first day, get an outhouse up and running, things like that. So let's just get cots built and not worry so much about everybody having their own personal room right now. We'll do 4 because that's one more than what we need, which I typically like to do. We know we're gonna need an outhouse. Or 3. We'll just put those down now because that's one of the first things they're gonna need to do is go to the bathroom. And then we're gonna need to get pitcher pump and start getting some water flowing, because getting a wash basin going is also pretty important. So let's try to get that done. Maybe we could dig down with the ladder over in this direction. For now we'll just go here. We can't dig through that, but that's okay. We don't necessarily need to. Trying to remember all my hotkeys. Let's just dig that out there, and we can come in through here and go from there. I will connect this just to get the oxygen flowing. But then we'll get this pitcher pump going. We know we're gonna need that. Can I rotate? I can't remember if I can rotate. I think I can. Actually, it doesn't matter, does it? They'll just hop on the platform and do what they need to do. That's fine. No oxygen generator built, no food source, that's fine. Algae's here, that's kind of an oxygen generator. And we have oxygen here. Right, we know we're going to need oxygen in the bedroom, but I think they don't like that stuff in the room. So we'll build this here. We want this to go one way only. So just when they're leaving this room. All right, we got some food available here, sweet corn stalk. So, and we have food already in here. Looks like we need power for this, which is a little concerning. Well, let's get the bare minimum going here. We know we're going to need that connected, and we're going to need that going there. So we'll use the nickel ore. Looks like we can't dig through there, but it's fine. We had just enough to get to where we needed to go to. We'll just not worry about this stuff right now. Oh, looks like cycle 1 is over. We do have bathroom. Unfortunately, we did not get to water fast enough. So they will not be washing their hands, which means there's going to be some dirty stuff spreading around here. At least for a little bit. Look at the germ situation. Yep, we can see they're covered in germs. But that should get better once we get all that up and running. All right, plenty of calories available. We can speed up the nighttime for sure. Looks like some disinfecting is happening. All right, hopefully we dig this out and get this built, because this will save us a lot of grief. We need water to get this done. All right, oxygen generator is up and running. That is one of the important pieces. I mean, this space was fine because we had it, but it's always good to just get that started right away. Okay, we got water. We can actually get the wash basin going. Now we got to get to mining. All right, we know this is going to be the primary ladder here. So we might as well just get that digging going. Got a Wheezewort right off the bat. We can scoop up. Help cool the areas down that we need. All right, we know we're going to need to harvest this stuff. So let's just flag this stuff for auto harvest, even if we're not harvesting it right this second. Just gives us some extra calories available. I'm very eager to learn what all these new plants and animals are. All right, we do have a wash basin up and running, so that should help. Although I think we need one per person, right? If I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, 2 of them are still icky. Well, we'll set that up when we get a proper bathroom going. All right, we're just going to connect all this water together. Oh. That is a little bit incorrect here. We are not going to want any of this dug out. You said cancel, right? There we go. All right, this will get us some nickel ore, so we'll have some metal available to us. I don't want to overexpand and then run out of oxygen. Like, I still need some of that available. Unlock new blueprints. What do we got? Pink Putch Atmo helmet. Okay. We know we've got the very, very basics. Let's look at our duplicate skills, see if there's anything we can expand on yet. You're going to be a rancher, but you can't actually ranch anything right now. We know you're going to dig at some point. All right, we got to work on making these guys a little bit happier. All right, here we go. We get our first blueprint here. Athletics, but 2 negative traits. Don't know if I'm a fan of any of that. I mean, I could get one now and then just get rid of it later. But none of these are really what I'm looking for. I mean, it would move quick. We do have an extra bed. I guess we could just do that for now and then change it out later. We need to get research up and running because we do not have anything doing that right now. So let's get the research station going. Ultimately, it'll probably go somewhere else, but... All right, let's get research. Let's get basic farming going. And can we just go right into meal prep? We can. And then ranching and agriculture. Looks like you... I'm not going to say you can't, but shift click doesn't view them. But that's fine. Not the end of the world. All right, I think I'm going to call it quits here for today. We're making a decent amount of progress. We got our bathrooms up and running. We got some beds up and running. Not ideal. We do have some oxygen up and running, although we do not have enough. So we know we are going to need to produce even more than we currently have, especially as this oxalate goes away and then we don't have anything. Oh, these guys got trapped. How did that happen? Can we even build this? We cannot. All right, there we go. Everybody's free now. All right, but anyway, as I was saying, we're off to a decent start, but we have to consider the long-term oxygen plan. So we got to get more of these diffusers up and running. We got plenty of algae dug out. We got to keep expanding, getting the water, working towards automation. Lots of things to do in this new expansion, and I just want to figure out what all this stuff is. We got these animals, and I don't really know what to do with them at this point. But we are going to figure it out, that's for sure. So thank you for watching. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, see more content in the future. We'll catch you in the next one where hopefully we make a little more progress and figure out what exactly is going on here. Thanks for watching.